Hey everyone, welcome. I don't know about you, but when it comes to bike accessories like dropper posts, pedals, grips, bars, I usually look at my fellow Canadians from OneUp or PNW. They offer a quality product at an affordable price. And talking about affordable, PNW launched not too long ago the Range Dropper and Lever package for $199. Let's check it out. And I gotta whine a little bit because this is not $199 Canadian, it's US dollars. But in Canada, you can find PNW products at bikecomponents.ca. Thank you, Paul. With me here, I have the Loam dropper. These are droppers that we moved from bike to bike to bike for like 3 seasons now. And since I reviewed this in the past, I'll make sure to make a short comparison with the Range dropper. And I don't think it's an accident that they use the Range name for this new dropper, because they use that same brand name for their resin pedals. They use that for grips, also for handlebars. But when you look at the box, and by the way, the box that they used is pretty much the same that they use for the Loam dropper. The only way to identify what you have is here at one end, RNG, which I assume it means range, drop, and also the diameter. This is a 30.9. Here on the back, you're gonna see that this is made in Taiwan, just like all their other products, and they highly encourage recycling. That's a PNW sticker, and you get 2 of these barrels for the dropper. One is fixed and one is adjustable. I assume that is because they want to make sure that their Range dropper works with any type of remote that you might have. You would use this adjustable barrel in situations where the cable end needs to be at the lever. And in that case, you just introduce the cable here and you tighten the barrel on it. This is not really used with the Range remote. That's part of this kit. But remember, you can buy this dropper by itself as an affordable dropper. And by the way, talk about installation. PNW posts a few details in their manual. Make sure you take a look at that if you need it. For our kit, you would use that fixed barrel, not the adjustable one. And by the way, these are not included in this cable kit. Where is it? Cable kit. What you get in here, it's gonna be, let me start with a little baggie. Cable ends, ferrule, and this is cable ties with PNW on them. That's a nice touch. You're gonna get the inner cable, and this is Jaguar Lex SL, so pretty good cable and cable housing, Gen 2 cable kit, and then Jaguar Lex SL. They specify Jaguar on the box because otherwise you have PNW components on the housing itself, which by the way, it's almost 7 feet long. You can see it 82 inches or a bit over 2 meters long. It's very easy to trigger the dropper, which is a good sign. So here we go, that's fully extended now. And by the way, for external dimensions and for features that, by the way, PNW mentions them tongue-in-cheek here on their webpage, they're all in here. You can see this table with the details for each dropper. Also, they provide you with this dropper recommendation or measurement tool. Make sure you take advantage of that. That barrel connects here to the actuator, and you can see how it pushes on that pin, and that triggers the cartridge that's installed in this Range dropper. There's nothing adjustable on the dropper itself. Sometimes you would have a Schrader valve right in there underneath the saddle clamp. There's nothing in here, so again, nothing to adjust. And you can see here the usual graphic elements of the PNW product. By the way, this is again made to be simple and low cost, so this is not a rubber band. If for the Loam dropper you have replaceable colorful rubber bands, there's nothing here. Also, most importantly, here you do not have the ability to adjust the travel. So if this dropper says that it's a 175 millimeter drop, you cannot adjust it in any way. There's nothing special about the saddle clamp, and you can see the stack height. Top of the dropper to the saddle rail, that would be something like an inch or 25 millimeters. Also on their site, you can see the spec weight, 680 on their site. It is 680 on the scale, but man, oh man, this 175 is the porkiest one of all. I don't know why this is heavier than even the 200 millimeter dropper. When it comes to warranty, this cartridge-based dropper post provides lifetime warranty, just like the Loam dropper post that we've been using for quite a while. And I also heard through the grapevines that this might be designed pretty much the same as the newest Fox dropper that obviously cost a lot more than this. Part of the kit is also the range lever, something that I have not played with before. On the back, you're gonna have the info just like you saw it on the dropper box. Scan this QR code to get to the manuals, and inside, oh, I made a mess. So here's a 2-piece bar clamp, max 4 Newton meters. To my surprise, there is no Loctite on this fixing bolt, so make sure you use some of that. The dropper itself, the dropper lever itself, has 3 position, pretty much what all PNW droppers allow you to do, which is move them left to right relative to the bar clamp. You have the silicone paddle here, nice big one, similar to the Loam dropper, and this I assume is rolling on a tiny bearing as opposed to the bigger bearing that you see on the Loam. But one thing that I like here is the cable is actually hidden, so if you look at how this is routed here on the back, it goes like this, so you don't see the cable. I really like this design a lot more. Obviously, this is the tightening bolt for your inner cable. Here at the tip, you have the barrel adjuster, which is blacked out. It looks nicer that way. Apparently, this is the forged version of the Loam Dropper Remote, which is CNC'd. Forging allows them to bring us that $199 price point for the dropper and the remote. Now, if you look at the mounting option here, yes, you do get the 22.2 bar clamp, but this mount here on the lever body seems to be compatible with a lot other options. You see a fancy SRAM bar clamp that fits right in there. This is a matchmaker clamp, so to attach this to SRAM brakes, that would work just fine. And I have a wolf tooth. This is for a shifter, but you get the idea. This attaches mount like this to an I-SPEC EV, so that's Shimano brakes. So quite a few mounting options overall. Weight-wise, the remote is 29 grams at the bar clamp and the bolt. Here is your 45. You're gonna need a cable and housing. That's 134. And if I add the dropper right in here, this is 815 grams for your kit, consisting of the dropper, remote, and the cables. So there you have it, guys. Range dropper, cable kit, and the small footprint remote that I kind of like a lot. What do you think? Are you interested in something like this? Would you bring up the compromise of weight of the range dropper, or you liked the idea of getting everything you need to install on your bike? Let me know in the comments below. Let me know if you're using PNW dropper posts, whether the Range or Loam. Let me know if you have any questions for me. Don't forget to go to bikecomponents.ca, get your PNW products. And until next time, I hope to see you guys on the trails. Cheers, guys. Cheers.